Hey guys, I actually have a haul for you today. Um, I, in the last video, when I did my shelf tour, I mentioned a book that I got at the Dollar Tree. And so I thought that it would be interesting if I did a Dollar Tree haul just to see, like, what books I could get at, you know, the Dollar Tree for $1 at a really low price point. I do want to start this video out going over two books that I have gotten from the Dollar Tree previously that are not included in the haul. Um, After You by Jojo Moyes, which is the sequel to Me Before You. See How Small was the other one that I got at the Dollar Tree. It's about two strangers who witness a robbery uh, and their lives in the aftermath. And today I have 7 books that I got from the Dollar Tree that I'm going to look at and tell you a little bit of the description about them. The first one is The Case of Lysandra P. by Helen Gremlin. The back of it says, when a beautiful young woman named Lysandra is found dead at the foot of a 6-story building, her husband, a psychoanalyst, is immediately arrested for her murder. Convinced of Vittorio's innocence, one of his patients, Eva Maria, is drawn into the investigation seemingly by chance. As she combs through the secret recordings of Vittorio's therapy sessions in search of the killer, could it be the powerful government figure, the jealous woman, the musician who lost his reason to live? Eva Maria must confront her most painful memories and some of the darkest moments in Argentinian history. This one was $1, retail $16 US. Also, like, can we just appreciate how pretty the cover art is? The second book I got is The Walled City by Ryan Grodin. The summary says, Jin, Mei and Dai lived in the walled city, a lawless labyrinth overrun by crime lords and street gangs. Jin hides under the radar, afraid of her biggest secret will be discovered. She passes as a boy to stay safe. But when Dai, a boy with a secret of his own, offers Jin the only chance she has to find her kidnapped sister, Mei Yi, she begins to race against the clock to save everyone she loves and escape the walled city itself. This one they had a lot of, and so I grabbed one of them. I actually really liked the little quote on the front. It says, "Run fast, trust no one, always carry your knife." So I thought that was pretty neat, and the cover art's pretty cool as well. The next book is Forgiving the Angel, 4 Stories for Franz Kafka by Jay Cantor. They had a few of this one as well. It's 4 stories that take place in World War II, Nazi Germany, or other countries affected by World War II. This one I kind of just grabbed on a whim. Description's quite a bit longer than the other ones, so I might just leave it at that. I like World War II fiction. This one is retail $24.95 in US dollars. Oh, and the last one doesn't say. There's a sticker on it. Okay, so the paperback of this one is retail $10. I had to look it up on Amazon because the sticker covered the retail price. I have The Gates of Evangeline, which is by Hester Young. This one's a novel. All of these are one-shots, or at least I tried to make them all one-shots. This is about a journalist who is clairvoyant, and she starts getting visions of, like, children being hurt and in danger, and she can't, like, make sense of it. So she is uncovering her, like, kind of clairvoyant, psychic, like, abilities, and is trying to, like, save these kids. She also finds herself wrapped up in a 30-year, like, cold case for this missing kid. And he asks her in her dream for help. So she starts off on that adventure. Next, I have Irritable Hearts, a PTSD love story. I got this one in part um, because I'm a psychology major and I like books that take a look at mental health. This one is by Mac McLeland, and this one's a memoir. So Mac wrote this about herself. It's about her experience with post-traumatic stress disorder and how it affected her love life and her life in general. And she was an award-winning journalist who I presume went through something really harrowing that affected her in a very negative way. And that is what hers is about. This one doesn't have the retail price on it either. The hardcover of this book was $27.99 retail. I always pronounce authors' names like a professor calling roll on the first day of class, so my apologies. This one's like a psychological horror style novel. It's about these two brothers, one of which who is obsessed with his wife, and the other one who's obsessed with farming insects. Of course I haven't read it yet, but it seemed really interesting from the description, and I think the cover art for this one's really cool too. This one was retail $26. And then the final book is What the Fly Saw by Frankie Y. Bailey. The description for this one is really short, so I'll just read it to you. It says, Albany, New York, January 2020. The morning after a blizzard that shut down the city, funeral director Kevin Novak is found dead in the basement of his funeral home. The arrow sticking out of his chest came from his own hunting bow. A loving husband and father and an active member of the local megachurch, Novak has no known enemies. And this one's retail $25.99, I believe. And I got this one mostly because I thought the title was really catchy. So all of those are books that I got from the Dollar Tree that I thought seemed interesting. There were some other ones there that I thought maybe, and then I didn't grab. I could have, they were only $1, but I only grabbed ones that I thought realistically I would read. I will see you next time, and I'm signing off.